Welcome to the Torchcast. This is your host, Kip Bybee, and today with me I have a very special guest named Keith Salowich.
Very special. I'm honored.
Yes, Keith is our editor-in-chief at the Torch.
Mm-hmm.
And Keith, this is your second year of being editor-in-chief, correct?
Yep.
How do you like it?
It's a good time. It's a grind, but it's a good time.
Nice. So what's your major?
I am in environmental biology.
What do you want to do?
Not super sure with that. I'm thinking maybe some veterinary work eventually, and I know that Ferris has a pre-vet program, so I don't really know why I'm not in that. But
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It's a little open right now.
Yeah. So do you love animals like cats and dogs?
Yeah, dogs more so than cats, and I know you're on the opposite side of the
I know,
fence
I love
about that.
cats. That's one thing I'm very adamant about and outspoken. All right, what year are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior. So you got into the newspaper probably your freshman fall.
Yeah, I applied like the first week I was on campus. Actually, I was really fired up about it. So also, when I did my campus visit prior to that fall, I checked out the newspaper right away because I wanted to work there. My dad worked at his school's paper. Blah blah blah, and there was a stabbing that day. So
yes.
I was all pumped on that and like, oh man, they report on the real stuff. This is gonna be great. And my mom was freaking out because she thought people just got stabbed at Ferris left and right.
That was at McNerney. I was living there at the time.
No way.
Yeah.
Did your mom freak out too?
No, my parents aren't really all that concerned about my well-being.
Our moms would not
I'm
be
just
friends.
kidding. No, my mom's very concerned about my well-being. My dad, though, who's to say?
Yeah.
Just kidding. He's a good guy. All right. Well, let's see. I have a funny, not funny, but interesting issue. I was at Starbucks this morning, and I always try to pay cash there because their chip reader takes forever, but today I didn't have cash. And every time you use a chip reader there, I think they're trained to do this, or at least told to do it. Do they just say, how's your day going, or how's your morning, or how are classes? And it's not an unfriendly thing to do, to say hi, or how are you, or what's going on to someone. But I don't love to interact with people that, like, I have to. So, like, they put the chip in, and then you stand there, and you have to talk to them.
Yeah.
If I want to talk to them, that'd be fine, but you have to. It's like in elementary school, you'd bring cards to class for Valentine's Day, and you'd get a card and you'd feel special. Wow, thanks so much for the card. But then you see that person handing out cards to everybody, and now it doesn't mean anything. They're saying, how are you to everybody? How's your day to everybody? It doesn't,
It really belittles it.
Yeah.
And you're totally captive there. They have your card, your bank account, all of your money sitting in their machine. So,
I just, it's the forced conversation that gets me, because I'm happy to have a conversation with anybody, but I don't want to have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So
I get you there.
But I got to get my mint tea.
Right. No, of course. And for a lot of people, it seems weird because, like, people say, don't talk to me before I get my coffee. And here they're standing in line waiting to get their coffee.
Yeah.
And you're trying to initiate conversation.
Yeah. I don't know why people say that. I've never, I wouldn't want to live a life where before I interacted with anyone, I had to have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I understand you're tired, but maybe just get a better night's sleep.
Or don't be an intolerable human being.
Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't had your, drug of choice.
And people think that, we're in college, we never sleep. That's such a myth.
Yeah.
You can get 8 hours of sleep and still be productive.
You can do it pretty easily.
Yeah. I always try to get 7, and I think I've pulled maybe one all-nighter since I've been in school.
Yeah, and I mean, there are exceptions. You've got big projects, you got exams and stuff coming up. So, like, the day before one of those, I could see it.
Yeah.
But on, like, an average Tuesday night, there's no excuse.
Just get your 7. But also at Starbucks, they have the new cups. Mm-hmm. And I haven't seen it as much this year, but remember last year when everyone got, all offended?
Super fired up about it, yeah.
That's another thing. Making you an intolerable human being is being fed or fired up about a red cup. It's supposed to be Christmas. Well, it's not supposed to be anything. It's a company. They can do whatever they want with their cups.
Because red is exclusive to Christmas,
Yes.
obviously. And, ignore the fact that green is also a Christmas color, and
Yeah.
Starbucks uses it all year round.
I know.
But I don't know. I don't get that. I mean, Solo cups are red.
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, I guess people have an expectation for Starbucks to have a Christmassy cup, and I guess one that's only slightly Christmassy is just too much for them to handle.
Yeah.
But, all right. Anything else before we start news, Keith?
No, let's get into it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Ferris students sleep in boxes outside of the Rock, and this was in an effort to bring awareness to the homeless issue in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It was put on by Habitat for Humanity. They've been planning it all school year. It looks like they had boxes that were that had stats about homelessness on them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. I mean, not fun, but it's a good cause.
Yeah, definitely. And I was reading up on it, and I guess they don't usually raise a lot of money, but this event specifically is more about the raising awareness for it. And it's definitely a cool way to do it. I mean, it's probably more effective than handing out pamphlets or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Rock is like an especially good place for it because I don't know about the average student, but I would go in there like once or twice a day, and that'd be all I ate for the day. So I just gorge myself, like make a disgusting mess of myself in the Rock every time, and be so stuffed with food that I could barely walk back to my dorm.
Yeah.
And if I had to like walk past these people that were supposed to like mimic the starving
Yeah.
I'd feel pretty bad about myself.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about some things.
Well, it's such a hard. I mean, it's one of those issues that's just like there's not a lot of great solutions,
Yeah.
Because you can say, oh, we'll build them a house, but then how much is that going to cost? Or we can give them food, but how much is that going to? And it's one of those things, It's really tough. So I guess mental illness is a big part of it.
Yeah. There's a pretty troubling stat in there. I think
it was
like
20 to 25%
yeah.
of homeless people have a mental illness.
And it wasn't just mental illness; it was a severe mental illness too. So, yeah, and that's way out of proportion with like the average population.
Right. So it's a shame, but there's I'm glad they're raising awareness and raising money, and Habitat for Humanity is a great cause or charity.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, the election. So we're not going to do so much on the election today because it's a little bit played out here on the Torchcast. But the Torch did a Twitter poll. I know not the most scientific way to get information, but it's what we got. So 42% of the people that reported voted for Trump, 40% for Clinton, and 18% for a third party.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see that kind of evolve because, initially it was really heavily favoring Clinton, and I was thinking like, well, I guess that's just how the younger generation feels or something, College students tend to lean left politically. But then, there was a sudden shift, and it was like neck and neck all the way through the night.
Yeah.
And that seems like a lot of third-party voters, too.
Yeah. I think college students tend to be more open to a third-party candidate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, I was really surprised how closely our Twitter poll kind of resembled the real race. So
it was nice. I'm sure like a stats professor would say, like, you need a bigger sample size or something. But
a stats professor would have an aneurysm with a Twitter poll.
Well, yeah, in general, yeah.
But I mean, that's what we got, and that's interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. The one thing though about the election, you went to Grand Rapids the other day for a play. You were telling me, right?
Yep, that's right.
And you saw some of the protesting going on.
Yeah, it was a Thursday, so 2 days after the election. And I'm just driving into Grand Rapids, and there's like these police cars all over the place. And I was too far away to really see what was going on, but like from afar, I was thinking, maybe this is a protest.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really fired up. Not because I'm like super angry about the election outcome or anything, but I just think protest is good in general. I think people should be able to speak out for what they believe in, as long as they're doing it, in a reasonable and nonviolent way and everything. But yeah, there were like, I guess, thousands of people. I was standing there watching this parade of chanting protesters with signs and everything, and I mean, it took them a good like 10 minutes to all get by me. So
right, and I think Yeah, I think you're right that protesting, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. One thing, though, I don't know if this happened in Grand Rapids, but in some places people were destroying cars in parking lots and
Yeah, and you'll
breaking
always
windows.
see some of that.
Yeah. And I as much as I want to say, well, oh, just get over it, I don't think those people that are breaking windows and things like that are really I think those are the kind of opportunists because they want to go destroy something. I don't like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, look at Clinton supporters; they're doing this," and I'm not a Clinton supporter, but look at how they behave. I don't really think those are the people that are Clinton supporters.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, it's never a good idea to run in the middle of the street when you're protesting. It's never a good idea to break glass of any kind.
Yeah, unless you're like a teenager behind a drugstore or something.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Well, that's the only time. Well, there's like very few times where it's good to break glass. I think teenager behind a drugstore, bar fight,
Mazel tovs.
Yeah, Molotov cocktails.
Not Molotovs, Mazel tovs.
Right, no, Mazel tov, yeah, like a Jewish wedding.
Right.
That's when you can break glass. If you have to break into your own house, you locked your key in your
Have
house.
you had to do that before?
No, but I saw it in a movie once.
Oh, because that seems like the absolute most severe case of, because I've had to like quote unquote break in, like climb up and go through an upstairs window or something, but breaking the window.
Well, that's when your inhaler is inside and you're having an asthma attack. Then maybe just break the glass.
Yeah.
But other than that, you could probably get a locksmith. It'd be cheaper than replacing a window.
Yeah, seems like it.
All right. Anyway, so speaking of broken glass, we have some crimes to go over.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a car was egged in Travis Circle. So
that seems like a waste of good eggs.
Yeah. Never a good idea to mess with somebody's car. I won't quote it because it's a little bit inappropriate for this show, but in Pulp Fiction, when he's talking about his car getting keyed, he said it best. Go look up that movie. I can't say it now.
Don't even just watch the clip. Watch the whole movie.
Oh, great movie. Noise complaint in Finch Court. And, it seems trivial, but this is the second week in a row I've read noise complaint in Finch Court. So, guys in Finch, let's turn it down.
Maybe the Finches should stop singing. That was bad.
We'll cut it out.
Yeah.
No, we'll keep it. Anyway, noise complaint in Finch Court. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I hate noise when I don't want noise. And maybe I have a disease or something. It's not like I get overstimulated. But when I want to, like when I'm relaxing or when I'm reading or doing homework, if I even hear just a bass from somebody else's room in my apartment, it bothers me so much.
This whole wild emphasis on bass
Yeah.
over the last, however many years is driving me crazy. Which is weird because I play the bass, the bass guitar. So I should be really into it, but I hate it more than anything. People don't understand that, the low bass notes travel, through walls.
Mm-hmm.
They travel greater distances. So you're annoying everyone around you.
It's brutal.
Nobody is into the rave except for the people immediately in your room.
Yeah.
And, so many other people hear it and are super, super annoyed.
Yeah. My roommate Jake, who's been on the show, I don't think he'll mind me talking about him, but hopefully he doesn't because I'm going to do it. He's really into Kanye West, a horrible artist, and he plays him every day in the shower, and he has like a huge like bass speaker system that he takes from his room. Like it's like a hassle to do this, and he does it every day. He takes this huge system from his room into the bathroom, and like every day, he probably showers at like 10 a.m. Just in my room, everything is vibrating.
Oh.
Like it's like living above shooters. It's miserable.
That is too early to be that into bass.
I know. Well, I am a big jazz fan, and I like a lot of like alternative rock and classic rock. So I don't have a lot of music I listen to that's really heavy in the bass.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain situations where it's kind of fun, though.
Yeah, the one thing, I think people that like get the systems in their car and everything.
Yeah.
And they drive around and play it loud and everything. That's less annoying to me because then you're a moving annoyance. So if I want to stay away from it, I just don't follow you.
Yeah, for sure.
And like you said, at shooters or something, it's expected there. A dance club or something is obviously going to have it, but a 10 a.m. shower is not.
I agree. The other night I had to get up really early, like 6 a.m. because I was going to the Michigan State game. that morning. So it was Saturday morning, Friday night that I was sleeping, and my roommate Jake, he's such a good guy. He just has like, you know, the Charlie Brown character that has like dirt following him everywhere.
Yeah.
Jake has noise following him everywhere. He always has music playing, or he's always cooking something. So I told him, I said, Jake, tonight when you come home, please don't make noise because I got to get up very early. And he's all right, that's fine. About 2 a.m., I hear pans and pots falling, and I go downstairs. Jake, what are you doing? I'm making a quesadilla. You woke me up with a quesadilla, like the most simple thing to make. I would have thought there was a drum line downstairs, and he's making a 1-minute food.
What is this guy's life where he has to prepare food at 2 a.m.
I don't know.
Listen to bass music at 10 a.m.?
He's like the Wolf of Wall Street over here.
Yeah.
With the 2 a.m. Yeah, I don't know. Just at 2 a.m., just go ahead and buy food.
Yeah.
Especially if you want a quesadilla, there's a Taco Bell just down the street.
Exactly.
But anyway, we'll get off Jake because he's a good guy. He's our student government vice president.
Sorry, Jake.
We can't disrespect him. Dear leader. All right, a couple more news things. Breakfast. There was a breakfast celebration held for vets on Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in the UC. I went to cover it for the newspaper, and it was really, really cool. They had, they presented the colors. They do the whole marching with the flags and everything. They had a MIA POW table that had like some of this, it's like a altar kind of honoring POWs and people that are missing in action, from wars. And it had a lot of symbols in it, and they read all the symbols. It was really, really cool.
Huh.
And President Eisler spoke, did a great job, and there's a couple other speakers. It was really a good time.
Yeah, I've read and heard from people that Ferris actually takes pretty good care of their veteran students. So I mean, that's always really good to hear.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, the Gate hosted a drag show last week, and I think I remember this going on for the last. I mean, I've been at Ferris. It was my 4th year. I can't remember a year where I didn't hear about it. I guess I could find out how long it's been going on, but it's called the Power Diva Night. So, I was not in attendance at the drag show, but
yeah, me neither. But I mean, it seems like a really cool opportunity for, I don't know, whoever wants to see it.
Yeah, or participate.
I guess it's a biannual thing.
Yeah, if drag is your thing, then what better opportunity?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun if it was your thing.
Yeah, not my thing though.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind. It'd be a fun. It's like one of those things that you can say you did. You went to a drag show.
Yeah,
that's fun. I mean, that's fun to do.
Mm.
All right, let's see. Ferris Football is going to the playoffs. Their game this weekend is at noon on the 19th, and that's at home. They're playing Midwestern State.
Yeah.
Keith and I were talking before the show about the Midwestern State, and we were trying to come up with some less boring names for a college, so we came up with Walmart State, Potato State.
Mm-hmm.
What was another one? I don't know. Midwestern State just seems like the most dull name for a school.
And generic, and gives no indication of where in the country.
It's I know. It's Midwestern State, somewhere around here.
Midwest, yeah.
Well, it could be. What is considered the Midwest? Because the Michigan is kind of north.
Yeah.
And we are still called the Midwest.
Yeah,
And we're not even that west.
It's weird because of the whole expansion of the United States.
Yeah.
If you look at a map, Michigan is on the east side of whatever center point you want to draw. But we're the Midwest, and for a long time we're the West before people got way out there. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So hopefully they'll win. I'm sure they will, because Midwest State doesn't sound like. Just by their name, I'm guessing they're not very good.
So.
All right. Women's basketball starts November 18th at 7:30. I have here that last year they went 5-23. So the good news is there's nowhere to go but up. I mean, I guess you could go sort of down, but at that point, I mean, there's not a lot of opportunity to get worse. There's a lot of opportunity to get better.
Yeah, and I believe this is their second year under a new coach. So I'm assuming they're getting kind of more into the swing of the game plan and schematics and everything. And hoping for a better year. They graduated some good seniors last year, but they've got a lot of people stepping up, coming in,
Yeah.
everything.
So that'll be good. I encourage everyone to go. All right, volleyball playoffs start today, and we're recording this on Wednesday the 16th. So you're probably listening to this on the 17th, maybe the 18th. Hopefully they won.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we've got Grand Valley tonight at 7. We're the number 1 seed, and they're the 8th seed, and this is for the GLIAC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So hoping to come away with a win tonight, and
Yeah.
if we do, then we'll be playing again on Saturday against another GLIAC team.
Yeah, and we've been really dominating this year too.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. They've been good. They've been great the last few years, and again, this is a team that lost a lot of seniors last year, almost their whole starting lineup.
Yeah,
and it's been really cool to kind of see who catapults into their spot to
mm-hmm.
take their place and match their production.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got, Keith. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I have a performance review coming up at the Torch. So hopefully Keith thinks I did a good job today. Keith, how did I do? You want to do this on air?
We probably should do it on air.
Yeah.
It'll make it less awkward for other people when they get used to hearing a new voice on the podcast next
bummer.
week. Yeah, so you're going to have to turn over the mics.
No one can do what I can do,
laptop.
Keith. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. And remember, if you like the Torchcast, please like and share. And we'll see you again next week. Actually, will we? Because it's Thanksgiving.
We will not. That's a good announcement I should make. There will not be a new Torch out next week. Campus is going to empty of students for the most part. So no paper, which is a nice break for us. And I'm sure a terrible, crushing blow to the faithful readers.
I think everyone listening to this is weeping right now.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll have a Torchcast next week if we don't have a paper. But maybe if we find something interesting to talk about, we'll throw together something on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and we'll still be plugging content on the website.
Mm-hmm.
It's fsutorch.com. We're putting stuff up there all the time that doesn't go in print or putting stuff up early. So it's good to check up on that.
All right. And one more plug. Come to the Bob Comedy Club in Grand Rapids to see me do stand-up this weekend. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
I wish I wasn't kidding. I think I'd actually be good at it. It's like one of those things where it's like super hard to get into because it's terrifying. But maybe one day.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, Ferris. We'll see you in 2 weeks.